Hey there everybody, Phil here for AndroidCentral.com, and here it is, the Sprint EVO 3D. In the official box and everything. Neat, shiny. Alright, so let's open the sucker up and see what we got. There is the phone itself. It's not the first time we've seen this phone, but here it is, all official-like. Let's take a quick look in the box, and guess what? Nothing in there. So you've got your manuals and a little return envelope, and your HTC charger, and a micro SD cable, and that is it. So, ooh, colorful box actually, but be gone. I want to take a look at the phone here. So here is the EVO 3D. We'll zoom in a little more so you can see it better. Follow up to the very, very popular EVO 4G last year. New in this one is Sense 3.0. This is the latest version of HTC's Sense user interface. Here's how you unlock it. You pull the ring up into the middle, and you unlock the phone. It takes you to the home screens. Now, something really cool that I like a lot. See those icons down there? Say you want to go to the camera. Drag the camera down into the ring, and it fires up the camera automatically, immediately. Very, very cool. And you can actually customize those icons and use different apps. So here is your main home screen and what you see when you pick up the phone. It's 4.3 inches again on the screen, same as the original EVO 4G. New though, up top you have a 1.3 megapixel camera, front-facing camera, and you have your capacitive buttons down at the bottom, look just like the EVO 4Gs actually. Very, very familiar. On the left-hand side, you have your two-stage camera button, so you actually have to push it twice to shoot a picture, once to focus, once to fire. You have a little toggle switch to change between shooting 2D and 3D images and video. That's kind of cool. We'll take a look at that later in the review. Volume rocker, and there are your two 5 megapixel cameras, so they work in tandem to shoot three-dimensional images. The battery cover itself is actually textured and smooth, depending on which part you're touching. It's interesting. Now, when you hold it in your hands, my finger keeps hitting the camera lenses. I'm not crazy about that. I got a feeling I'm gonna scratch them up. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the power button, or up top. And that's that. Down on the bottom you have your little microphone and your little slot to open up the battery cover. We'll pry that open now. It's actually not too difficult. I know HTC has made some rather interesting battery covers of late, but this one isn't too bad to get inside, so it just pries off like that. Here is your battery, 1730 milliamp hours. It's actually, they crammed a lot into this battery, and that's good because it's a 4G device. You're going to be using it a lot for video and stuff like that. Here's your SD card. It just pulls in and out. It's not spring-loaded, no clips or anything. You just slide it in and out. Let's pop the battery back in and get this guy fired back up. Everything just snaps back into place the way it should. And turn on. There we go. Tell you what, while we're booting up, let's take a look at this thing side by side with the original EVO 4G. Can you believe this thing's a year old now? It's still a really good phone, right? Let's see, it might even be hey, look at that, it's charged up. Look at that, you can tell a big difference in the white colors. Interesting. So size-wise, it's a little more narrow than the EVO 4G. You'll definitely feel it in your hand. I think it's a tad bit thinner. Not much, but a little bit. There you see the red accents have been continued in the EVO 3D, and I like that a lot. Really, really nice. Thickness, yeah, they're pretty close, but it just feels thinner, and that makes a big difference, I think. No kickstand on the EVO 3D like you have on the EVO 4G. If you're missing it, sorry, nothing I can do for you. Buy a case with a stand, or buy a stand, I guess. So, all right, we are booted back up, and let's take a quick walk through the OS. Same gingerbread, Android 2.3.3, same Sense 3.0 is on the Sensation that we've seen a couple times now. But it's actually much smoother here on the EVO 3D. Interesting. There's a 4G toggle switch. Like to see that. You don't get those on LTE devices, do you? You got an agenda widget, music widget, friend stream is back, bookmarks, Google search, a few icons, and your usual clock. If you haven't done it yet, take a look at the weather live background on Sense 3.0. It is just beautiful. Here's your app drawer. And a lot of the usual stuff, but at the same time we have some new 3D content here. So there's Telenav, there's the Green Hornet 3D. Let's see if maybe we can fire this up. It's the first time turning the phone on, so things might not quite be ready to go yet. Oh yeah, it's gonna try to load some stuff, isn't it? We'll see how long this takes. Yes, if you take much longer, we're not gonna sit here. Nope. All right, done with that. Let's see what else we can find. Let's see. Ah, interesting. Okay. There's Peep, there's NASCAR, all the usual stuff. More HTC stuff. There's your browser. Okay. So there is your Leap feature, right? We're used to that. easily switch between home screens. That's nice. Now look at this. This actually works here. So if you flick your thumb quickly, you'll start spinning around. That doesn't work too well in the Sensation, but it works really well here in the EVO 3D. Let's dive into the settings for a second and see exactly what we're dealing with. Again, Android 2.3.3, Sense 3.0. Beautiful. Love it. All HTC phones should ship with this now, and I'm about to say all phones need that lock screen. I'm madly in love with it. Love it, love it, love it. You want to personalize your phone, so here's where you change a lot of things. You can change the skins, you can change the wallpaper, ringtones. It's where you go to change the lock screen apps. Very, very cool. You can also get to it through this button there on the home screen. Same thing, just one less tap. Let's see what else we want to look at. How about we take a quick look at the browser. Now, I am in a little bit of a sprint hole here, so we'll have to see how it does. But again, your stock kind of HTC/Android browser, WebKit based, very nice. And you know, if I could spell Android Central, this would go a little quicker, wouldn't it? There we go. And load up. I'm definitely in a sprint hole. Our mobile page isn't that slow. There it is. So, basic browser. We've seen this 100 times. But nice and fast on the EVO 3D. Hey, by the way, it has dual-core processors. If anybody's into that sort of thing, yeah, makes it nice and fast. 4 gigs of internal memory. You've got about a gig of that for program storage. And that's kind of it. Let's see. Here is, yes, more storage. So we've got an 8 gigabyte SD card in there as well. There's your available storage. Ooh, now look at this. Make more space. Now that's new. It's not something you see on many phones. And it's going to clear some caches for you. Very, very interesting. That is a neat little tip there. Cool. All right, guys. So that's kind of it. Your first look at the official release version of the EVO 3D. And we will have much more coming your way soon. So see you later.